So today I'm going to show you how to make a ship that floats in water. Step one is to decide which of the primitives in this right column represents or most closely resembles the hull of a ship. And for me, that's the rounded roof. So I'm going to drag one in, rotate it so the flat portion is facing upwards. I'm then going to resize this shape, and there is the beginning of my boat. What I then want to do is I want to create some type of rounded front portion for this. Add the rounded portions to the front of my ship's hull, also the back portion. And the shape that I'm going to use to do this is the half sphere. I'm going to drag this into my work plane, rotate it 90 degrees like so, and then rotate it around its horizontal plane, also 90 degrees. I'm then going to begin to resize front of the hull, dragging it out laterally, and then dipping it into what we worked on earlier. I'm then going to raise up the shape, and I'm going to do my best to resize the front of my ship so it is a curved form, like the whole bottom of my ship is going to be curved. I'm then going to duplicate this, Control or Command C, Command V if you're using a Mac, move it to the back, and then rotate this one 180 degrees as well and reposition it so it's also rounded on the back portion. So right now there are no walls on the sides of my ship's hull, so a lot of water is going to leak in, and all the dangers involved with that are going to come into play for those on board. So I'm going to take a rectangular cube and I'm going to resize it to create my first wall to prevent water from leaking in. So I'm just going to resize this shape here. Click on it, move it into my object, then raise it up. Now you're going to want to keep in mind the stability of your vessel. So I'm not going to want to have anything extending up vertically like so because it's going to cause it to tip. So I'm actually going to rotate this in 90 and then reposition it like this. Alright, once I have the shape I like, I can Command C, Command V to copy and paste it, and then create the other side, the other wall for my ocean vessel. One of the final steps of this ship making process is making a sail, and this is an optional part of this activity. If you want to take it to the next level, I do recommend you consider making a sail for your ship. So in order to do that, I'm going to pick the shapes which will best allow me to create a X or a cross pattern, cross shape. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create that right now. First, the main beam, sticking up into the air like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this, Command C, Command V, and then rotate this one like so, and reposition it so it's slightly smaller. When it comes to the time to set up my ship, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a glue gun to attach some type of fabric, maybe even a tissue, to the cross, and that way when wind blows behind it, the ship will move. So basically tissue paper will be laid over this front portion here. Now when I print this, I'm not going to want to print the mast already in the ship. What I'm going to want to do is insert the hole for it after. So I'm going to Command C, Command V to create another cross. This one I'm going to lay on top of my hull. Like so. Because I want the hole for the mast to fit in to be slightly bigger, not too tight, I'm going to first delete this thing away. I'm just going to resize this slightly, making it a little bit bigger. Please make sure to resize the mast shape so it is not distorted. It's not rectangular when all of a sudden you have a square. Square here, you don't want to have like a shape which is all kind of wacky like that. It's not going to fit. So something's kind of like that. I'm then going to say it's a hole, and then I'm going to group this. It's going to take a while to save my changes. There's my hole right now. And then when I print my object, it's going to look like this on the print bed. but when I assemble everything together and I plop the thing in there, it's going to look like this. Pretty good. And then we can see if it sails, and do make sure that it won't extend below. So there's my simple ship, sailboat style. You can choose whatever other style of ship you want, have fun with it, and think about displacement and what is the best shape for your hull, the bottom of your ship, in order to make it float.